Thank you, Chair Titus, and I also would like to thank our witnesses for joining us today. Prior to COVID-19, Congress made significant progress focusing on right-sizing federal office space. Through reductions and consolidations, we saved the American taxpayers over $4 billion. Through the bipartisan approach of focusing on freezing and then reducing federal office space, we are still seeing the savings produced by those efforts today. As we saw before the pandemic, office space design and uses were already changing, away from the needs for individual offices toward more open floor plans and shared spaces. These changes and the subsequent savings not only reduced costs for the taxpayers, but also freed up more resources for agencies to invest in their core mission. As a result of COVID, teleworking has increased exponentially across government. Early on, we didn't know how the impact was going to affect us and the results that it was going to have on the American work life. Would we need more overall office space for social distancing? Would this mean less space and more individual offices? How would we change to accommodate in-person services? If we look at the private sector trends, we are going to see that we will continue to see higher levels of teleworking and a further reduced need for current office space. What we have learned is we don't have to do things the same way we've always done them before. By leveraging technology and innovation and focus on what is actually needed in the built environment, we can save money, increase efficiency, and ensure space better supports agency missions. As we examine the future of federal office space, it is important for us to consider private sector trends, whether those trends make sense in the federal real estate context, and what issues and questions we should be addressing or asking. We also must examine how we can position GSA and other federal agencies to manage their real estate portfolios accordingly, and how those decisions best prepare them to execute their mission. In order to facilitate that, the right initiatives and tools need to be in the toolbox, and we must remove obstacles. For example, GSA should not be forced because of scoring rule interpretations to choose either traditional federal construction or operation leases. Public-private partnerships, discounted purchase options, and other flexible solutions must be on the table. Decisions need to be based on what makes sense for the agency mission and cost. That's why I'm pleased to be a sponsor and co-sponsors of bills along with Subcommittee Ranking Member Webster and Representative Pence that are designed to give the GSA more choices for P3s and to negotiate discounted purchase options that provide GSA with the needed flexibility to protect American tax dollars. As we saw with the Reduce the Footprint Initiative, the right sizing the portfolio for future savings and upfront cost approach, we see that space needs to be reconfigured. Old space must be sold and new, more efficient space needs to be acquired. Ensuring GSA has real choices is critical to finding significant savings in our real estate portfolio. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses, and Madam Chair, I yield back.